we are a little bit late. You can read most of that. Texas and Houston are the best places to do business. We have a lot of accolades in the press and left and right. Look at this. 335 million people in the US, 7.25 million in Houston, 600,000 to 700,000 small businesses. We are one of the states with the highest percentage of people working and the highest percentage of small businesses. So that's what drives basically the fundamentals of our economy. Oil and gas, look at this one. Russia is shrinking. We are by far the biggest producer of natural gas in the world. If you look at oil, Saudi Aramco is not bad, but we are by far the biggest producer of oil in the world. When you look at renewables, a lot of people talk about it, but except for China, where they are making it, we are using most of the solar panels here and the windmills. Give you an idea of what's happening in Houston. $1 billion is spent to widen and deepen the chip channel. $1 billion is spent to reroute I-45 around downtown. 5.3 billion is used to expand the medical center, and nearly 5 billion is used to build a gateway to the moon. But look at this, just deals in the oil and gas industry. 6 billion, 5 billion, 5 billion, 4 billion, 4. All these deals have happened in the last 3 months. Gigantic movement in the oil and gas industry. Same thing in the medical industry. A lot of new companies have come to Houston, but also to Dallas, to Austin, to other places. Same thing in the aerospace industry. Axios, Space Center, same thing at the port, moving. But here's the chart I want to spend a little bit more time on. This is the evolution of the GDP per country for the last 20 years. Most of the countries, as you see here, have gone just nowhere. They've grown slightly, but very little. China and the US are the really outstanding ones. Look at the US, even with the pandemic, we keep on growing and expanding. One thing to mention on China, this number is fictional. It's a Communist Party number. Real number is probably around 10 to 12. Because think about what they are doing. In China, 90% of the economy is done by state-owned companies. So what the Communist Party is doing, they have a surplus of $3 billion. In the last 4 months, every month, they've taken 1 billion, distributed to all their companies. It shows up in the revenue, since there's no cost associated, it shows down in the gross profit. Since there's no SG&A associated, it shows down to the bottom line and is given back to the Communist Party. But it shows up as GDP growth. It's completely fictional. So China is basically going flat, and over time they will come down. Same thing that Japan did. Japan was growing very nicely and then boom, 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 come down. The other thing I want you to look at, Japan is number 3, Germany number 4, India number 5, UK number 6, France number 7. Between 6 and 7, you have California, it's at 3.5 trillion. And then Texas, 2.3 trillion. We just took over Canada, and early last year, we took over Italy. So we are now in Texas, the 8th largest economy in the world. Unbelievable. China's going down in every sector. Europe has a problem with heating costs this winter and energy costs in general. And that's something very interesting. During the pandemic, there was a lot of discussion about fintechs and investment in new ways of financing companies. That is all fizzling out. Same thing in the acquisitions, merger and acquisition is really coming back to normal. Same thing in the VC area. There was a big boom in VC investing during the pandemic. It's coming back to normal or even below normal. You've seen this guy, Ukraine. Reality is that Russia in 2014 took over that territory, including Crimea. Then early last year, they took over this much, and Ukraine has already retaken that much. So in the next 2-3 months, Ukraine will probably retake this, and then this will be left over for maybe negotiations or something else. Inflation is more than 10% in more than half the countries in the world. We are down to 6.5%, so we are doing much, much better than the rest of the world. People are successful, but look at what they've done to get there. People don't see this usually. This is Galveston. They expect 1 million people on the cruises this year. This is our beautiful Houston. A couple of education things I'm going to let you read as you get the slides. Behavior, attitude is fundamental to everything that you do. Always keep that in mind. And decide for yourself what kind of leader or competent manager or executive you are. This is what I've always liked, the trust model, how you build trust with clients, partners, employees, and so on, how to be real and good with yourself. Never forget your smile. It's your personality. It's your business card. And I'm going to finish with 2 very interesting ones. Santa has a problem.